If you're a Sonic fan and you've been keeping up with the news, there's no doubt that by now you've definitely seen whatever this thing is. And you know what? Sonic fan or not, it really just begs the question of why. As in, why did they decide to make Sonic look like an escaped creature from Chernobyl? Or why did they decide to put Sonic in the passenger seat of an SUV?
I'll be honest, it takes a lot for me to dislike anything Sonic related. Heck, I'm even one of the few believers that most of the 3D Sonic games are actually pretty good. I said most of them. But when it comes to this movie, I am really trying hard to be optimistic about this one, even with the fact that they're changing his design.
In fact, I think this could actually turn out a lot better if we just take a look at some of Sonic's previous adventures in the world of cinema. Maybe give the movie a couple lessons on, I don't know, the Sonic's basic character design? Or, you know, how to have a plot, or maybe how to have a movie. Hey everybody, I'm Tall Splash, and today, in light of the new steaming pile of garbage that's soon to hit theaters, we're going to be taking a look at some of Sonic's previous hits on the big screen. And then we'll just take the best parts, throw them in a blender, and then you got a 10 out of 10 smoothie filled with blue DVD shards. My favorite. So, grab some popcorn, grab your fourth dimensional glasses, because we're about to go fast. Let's make a Sonic movie.
Sonic as a character has seen his fair share of tie-ins and spin-offs, starring in such things as one of the longest video game comic book adaptations of all time, board game adaptations, coffee mug adaptations, even as a full-size body pillow!
That's not real. There is no way that is real.
Oh god, it's from China! My eyes! My search history!
You know, my FBI agent is probably all sorts of confused right now. Can't say I blame him.
But of course, above all else, every popular character needs a shot in Hollywood. Which brings us to the only Sonic movie that ever released, until now, the Sonic the Hedgehog OVA. Video game movies are notorious for being soulless cash grabs, little but anything to do with the source material. And while recently things have been looking up for video game based blockbuster adaptations, it looks like Sonic's taken us all the way back to square one. But believe it or not, Sonic's first and only movie is actually really good. In 1996, 3 years after the first Sonic cartoon, the Sonic OVA was released as a 1-hour animated special split into 2 episodes.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Scrape your knuckles, catch some tails. Well, I can definitely see what they meant by scraping knuckles, as in let's just scrape half a knuckle's head off the box art. Besides that though, the cover actually looks pretty cool, like it's actually better than the Japanese art for once. So you know what? I can't complain. With that all said and the other half of Knuckles' head still missing, why don't we go ahead and watch the movie and try to find it.
Right off the bat, the animation looks great and has tons of charm put into it, taking a lot more inspiration from the toy design from CD rather than just a more cleaned up version of the previous SatAM design, which makes sense coming from the literal anime studio behind Naruto and Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh god, does that mean Sonic is an anime now? Whew, never mind, we're good.
As for characters, pretty much everybody from the main games got featured here in some way. You got Sonic, Tails, Cowboy Hat Knuckles, now with 100% of his head in his hat, by the way, some kind of owl, etc, etc. But the one major difference is that instead of Sonic's first and most recently introduced love interest, Amy Rose, we now have the world's first genetically modified Catgirl, and her creator and overlord, Elon Musk. So as you can tell, it's an upgrade in every sense of the word. Focusing on the movie's plot, it's pretty standard and sort of simple as far as Sonic stories go, with the main plot revolving around Metal Sonic and Robotnik after Robotnik does evil thing, and now Mobius, or as it's called in this movie, Planet Freedom, is gonna go bye-bye unless Sonic runs really fast and makes it not do that. Ooh, scary. For as simple as it is though, it's Sonic and it really doesn't need to be that complicated. Heck, just getting to see Sonic's classic snarky attitude brought to life while he beats the crap out of Eggman is tons of fun in itself. Sonic actually gives zero craps about anything in this movie. He just straight up flips off this titan of Metal Robotnik after almost getting shot like a bajillion times. The OVA is fast, it's got the loop-de-loops, we have 100% of Knuckles now. Everything about this movie is just as Sonic can be. That would be everything, except for the weird new backstory they gave to Robotnik's evil plan. For some reason, Planet Freedom is like just a hollow shell where the main characters live in the outer layer, the land of the sky, and Robotnik's hometown, Robotropolis, is in the core of the world, the land of darkness. And he's got some generator that's gonna blow up the planet, etc, etc. But don't worry, it's not actually Robotnik doing this, but the eviler and metaler, Metal Robotnik.
Do you think I'm capable of something that underhanded? Me? Yes! No!
So yeah, if you can't already tell, that was a complete lie, and Robotnik definitely had everything to do with it. basically gathering Sonic's life data from Metal Sonic the copies, sort of like what they did with Sonic Heroes later, which is actually kind of a neat touch now that you think about it. The Metal Sonic fight scene is great too, probably one of the best portrayals of Metal Sonic's character I've ever seen. Yet again, sort of like Sonic Heroes. Wait a second. Sonic Heroes, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails fighting Robotnik, only to realize that the true villain was actually Metal all along? I just realized how much Sonic Heroes and the OVA have in common, and you know what? I actually kinda love it. So from the OVA, all we really need for a good Sonic movie are Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in their original designs, Catgirls, Elon Musk, and a Metal Sonic boss fight. And then you'd already have a way better movie 10 times better than the new release.
That being said, I'm always one for the great classic anime style, but I feel like it wouldn't just be doing Sonic justice to just have his 2D adaptation instead. I probably want to see what he looks like in 3D, and luckily for us, that just so happens to exist in Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic Unleashed is probably the only Sonic game I've ever seen with such day and night opinions about it. That being, most people really love a lot of these, but not a lot of these. For me personally, I've always enjoyed both parts of the game somewhat equally, but we're not going to be talking about either of those. Because for now, we're going to be talking about the Night of the Werehog. Sonic Unleashed may have been the first Sonic game to ever feature a weird werewolf hedgehog thing, but it was also the first Sonic game to ever have a mini-movie made about a weird werewolf hedgehog thing. For the first time seeing Sonic and Chip fully animated in 3D, I gotta say I never knew how much I needed to see Sonic's fist fly across the room and punch through a green translucent bull. This film was kinda special in that it actually has no dialogue at all, yet everything you need to know about the characters is portrayed perfectly through the characters' facial expressions. Okay, definitely didn't need to see that much, you can close that thing now. The animation is really expressive, and every character sorta just looks like Jello in terms of their movements. It's hard to describe, but the motions are over-exaggerated to the extent of something you'd see in Tom and Jerry, but in 3D. And I've gotta say, it works amazingly well.
So the animation's great, you know, it's wonderful. But there's a reason why I haven't talked about the plot until now. And that's because every time I try to say it out loud, it just makes me question what the heck I even watched.
Long story short, Sonic and Chip randomly wander into the haunted mansion of an e-girl's ghost who gets turned on by screaming faces, and our two remaining Patreon supporters who followed her into the afterlife. The two ghosts spend their eternity trying to take pictures of anybody who walks in getting spooked to try to please said e-girl, but she gets mad when, surprise surprise, Sonic isn't getting scared by anything. So in response, Casper and the Flying Dutchman do a Dragon Ball Z style fusion and turn into Green Bull, and then in response, Sonic transforms into a werehog and performs an exorcism with his fists. Well, there you have it. Dilemma solved, and the ghost is attracted to werehogs. You know, despite having the plot of something taken straight out of DeviantArt, for what it's worth, the animation in this mini-movie is actually really high quality, and it makes you sort of realize that if they didn't just try to put Sonic next to humans in the real world, things could have gone so much better. So now we've got the OVA in the 3D movie, I think we're ready to make a Sonic movie that'll live up to the name fast, that will live up to the Blue Blur's true potential and glory.
Oh yeah, forgot YouTube does that. Oh well, I guess we'll just never find out.
Hey everyone, I figured this was kind of a different video, so why not try a different closer? If you like what you saw, then be sure to subscribe for more by smashing that squishy red subscribe button. And let me know by leaving a like on the video or telling me what you thought in the comments. You can also check out all the links to my social media stuff and Discord server with the links in the description below. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll be back in a flash.